Seems kind of weird to film outdoors, but here we are. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Let's Get Kraken podcast. If you are a returning viewer, welcome to my backyard. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for clicking on the video to hang out with me. Also, welcome to my backyard. This is not normal, but originally I was planning to film in the greenhouse again, and I started doing that, but it was getting way too hot for my electronics, and so it was kind of glitching out a little bit. So we decided to move into the shade of the backyard. We've got a green belt right behind us, so it's mostly forest. As you can see, I'm just on a nice little quilt. I've got some iced tea in a stein. This is my newest collection. Addition to the collection. My brain. It says Ye Old Jerusalem Inn. Oh, a butterfly. And then on the back, I'll read it out to you and then I'll show you. It is a quaint old place hewn out of rock, towering above which is the far famed Nottingham Castle. In the olden times, this house is supposed, owing to its intersected cellars, to have formed a secret entrance to the castle. So there it is. It says 1189 AD. How cool is that? I have a new love for Stein mugs like this. And it works great for coffee, not just beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I like a coffee. I like a good cocktail. A cider, but no beer. So it mainly holds coffee and iced tea. Anyway, the wind is probably going to be blowing through. I hope the microphone can do its best to kind of hew that out. But anyway, it's a beautiful day, super warm. The sun here is behind the tree for now. I might have to move if I take too long. But anyway. Pine cones falling and the wind blows through. It's pretty fun. Anyway, I have some finished objects to show you. One is the sewn object in which I am wearing, and I have a beaded finished object and a knitted finished object. So that's very exciting. I will go through those first. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Did I say my intro? I don't think I did. To anybody who is new, hi, my name is Eden. I'm the owner of Kraken Made, where I sell hand-painted progress keepers, hand-dyed yarn, and other handmade treasures. You can find me on Instagram as Crafting Kraken Made, and you can find me on Lovecrafts, Ravelry, I kind of mix that up, but I also design knitting and crochet patterns, which you can find on my website, Lovecrafts and Ravelry. There's also a podcast Ravelry group that I haven't checked on in a while, I'm sorry. But I will do that today as I film to make sure that I'm up to date on everything. So yeah, this is take 2, so I hopefully can get through everything nicely. I'll start with what I am wearing. This is a top from a recent sewing pattern. I gotta pull up my notebook here. Everything keeps catching my eye. I see butterflies and stuff like that. This is from the Lily Sleepwear Set by At the Seams Patterns. They are on Etsy. And it is a pajama pattern, but I thought it makes such a cute crop top. Like, how sweet is that? It works well. It's a little too cropped for my taste. I would like it if it were just like an inch longer. Other than that, the only thing I would change is that these straps are a little bit more for somebody with a broader shoulder. I have always had very short, abrupt shoulders, so they want to sit like this, which is not incredibly comfortable, and they'll constantly fall off. I wish they would sit just straight up, kind of like that. But I didn't know that at the time, because in the pattern it has a place specifically for the shoulder straps. So that's something I would change with my next one. But I thought it'd make such a cute top, and I will be making pajama versions. I'll show you the fabric I have for this later on. Okay, so checking camera is all good. Good. I'll mess around with my hair a lot today. Keep sticking to my lip gloss. My next finished object is in this bag. I finished some beaded earrings. So, here we are. I absolutely love how these turned out. I just randomly picked up beads for this one, so they're mix-matched. Well, not mismatched. They're the same, but different. Got some pearls on there, and I've got nice clean backs. Look at that. So satisfying. I really love making these. And I'm starting to consider that this might be my next big thing to do. Is make earrings. I don't know yet. Maybe. But I love these. I'm not wearing them today just because I thought my hair would get in the way. Probably would. But yeah, I think I mentioned that last time. I dyed my hair. Used to have like a blonde undertone. And so when I dyed my hair pink, the brown turned like mauve. It's a very loud bug. Oh, it's a cricket. Or grasshopper. Anyway, and so the underlayer turned a nice light pink, and then the rest of my hair turned like, I guess not maroon. Maroon is the word I'm looking for. I really love how it turned out. And I did like a little self haircut, which was not the most amazing idea, but didn't turn out too bad. So, that is okay. Anyway, you're here for more of the yarn content, right? So I'll move on to my knitted finished object, and I'll give this a little bit of a backstory. I thought I would be done, but I ran out of yarn scraps for my neat rubber blanket. I will put in a little video probably here of it almost done. I just ran out of scraps. So I've been going through my stash and finding if there are any other scraps. Some of them are a little too big to throw into the blanket, so I need to do something with it. I don't want there to be huge chunks of the same thing. So I kind of ran out of all those scraps. I used up all the scraps that Brittany of Crooks Fibers sent me, which is amazing. Thank you, Brittany. The blanket would not have been done at this time. Like, it probably would have taken so many years if you hadn't said that. So thank you so much. But I did run out of scraps, so I'm just doing little projects to gain I have like 3 inches left, and so I just need that little bit more. So, as I was going through my stash, I found these scraps that I had saved for a very special and specific project. So, disclaimer, as I show these, I am not pregnant. I just have been saving this yarn for a baby knit that I knew I wanted to do in the future. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the project. It might seem a little weird, but I just want to do it so that I can take the leftover yarns and just throw it into the blanket, which worked out great. So to show you, years ago, 2 now? Feels longer, but anyway, about 2 years ago, I knit my husband, then boyfriend, these socks out of the pink is Barbie from a homespun house, and the blue is Lupin from Dragon Horde Yarn. I knit him a pair of Molly Weasley's family socks in this. And then to match him, I made myself a pair of shorties, which were my first go, and it didn't go quite so well, so I don't wear them very often, but I made a matching pair. And I had quite a good quantity of leftovers, so I took it upon myself to make a matching baby sock set. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? Oh, I love it. It's so cute. Like, It's same pattern as my husband's pair of socks. So it's just mini versions of his. Oh, it's so cute. You can see he's worn his a lot more and they've gone through the wash. Like the colors have definitely bleached out, which is okay. I haven't worn mine as much, so they're a little closer. So I have a family set. And they're so cute. Out of 200 gram skeins of fingering weight yarn, I was able to do this. I probably could have whipped out one more pair of baby socks by putting the pink mane, but I threw those scraps into the blanket instead. This is so cute. And I'll just put those away for later years when we do decide to have kids. Which probably, one day, but not today. So that's my finished knitting object. I have 2 knit whips and 1 crochet whip to show you. Let's move on to those. How's the camera doing? Pretty good. Good. Just making sure because the last time it started to give out and I didn't notice too soon. So we were quite into the podcast. Okay, so my next work in progress is one that I've put in probably the most work on. Ta-da! Let's hold it over here. Ta-da! This is my zipper sweater by Petite Knit. And I finished the body. And I finished the little flap so that... Sorry if the wind is a little much, but we'll see how that goes. I finished the layering to put the zipper in. I just need some sleeves, and then we will be ready to block, and then I'll put the zipper in. I was not able to finish it for the camping trip me and my husband went on last week, but that was okay. It was actually really warm, and I didn't need the sweater anyways. Pretty soon. I am using the needles called for because my gauge was close enough. It wasn't exact, but it was close enough that if I tweaked it at all, it would be too off. So I just stuck with the needles called for. The mohair I'm holding with this yarn is Tofino Knit Co. in Nature's Camouflage in her Mermaid Mohair base. Such a pretty green. Hear the garbage truck coming through. And then the main DK, I am using Wandering Woods on her Fairy Tale DK Dragon Horde yarn. So pretty. And it makes this like... Sorry, garbage truck coming through. Maybe we'll pause until we... Okay, he's past our house now. You'll still probably be able to hear him, but he's passing by. Anyway, holding these two together creates this really nice pale color. Sunshine is coming for us. But yeah, really enjoying that. I am not the body of a sweater type knitter. Like, I find it incredibly boring and takes forever, but I just pushed through and finished it because I really want this sweater. Okay, so let's move on to my next knitting project. I am half finished. My half finished object. I am knitting a fresh pair of socks for my husband using my own hand-dyed yarn. This is Orange Creamsicle sock set. I don't think I have any left. I might have one left in the shop. But it's Orange Creamsicle and then Blue Raspberry is the mini it comes with. And I'm just following my own kind of whimsy of a pattern. This is vanilla sock with some stripes in the leg, slip stitch heel flap and gusset, and then an umbrella toe. I am using the umbrella toe from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, which I love. I like the fit of it. I'm just knitting it on size 2.25mm needles. Here is sock number 2. I just got into the first stripe. The progress keeper I have on here is just little campfire that I hand painted. I don't think there's any in the shop at the moment, unfortunately. There we go. But I just knit the magic loop. Here are the yarns. Actually, being out in the sunlight helps get like that true color. It's a little paler than what the camera is letting on, but pretty darn close. And there's blue raspberry in the mini. So yeah, I'm just working through those. These are kind of my, the project I take when I leave the house, so I can knit these while we're driving anywhere, or I did take them camping, which worked out really well. Yeah, that's my, oops, I put the other sock back. Maybe I'll write out a like Ravelry page that gives the exact like row counts. But it's very simple. To just throw in some stripes. I think it's, if I go in, if you want to, I don't mind this, I don't really care. Maybe I'll set it up so that his, well, it doesn't matter, it's not a left and right. He can wear them with the things inside. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, it is 5 rows from the cuff, 10 rows of blue, 4 rows of orange, another 10 rows of blue, and then however long you want your leg. That's how I did that. Just keeping it in the sock bag a local lady made. She doesn't have a website or anything, but it is an awesome bag, perfect for socks. My sunshine went away, went behind a cloud. If you see people go around back there, it's because it is like a trail in the green belt for you to walk through. So last work in progress that I have here is a crocheted one. This is the Vivian top by If Crochet, and I finished the first half. And you can definitely see where I switched skeins. I really don't mind. It doesn't really matter to me if they're a little different. It's really hard to alternate skeins in a project like this. It's totally okay. And I am making the size large because I wanted it to be a bit oversized. And it's just so nice. So this is the first half, and then you do the exact same thing for the other side, and then there's like a little ruffle that you do for the sleeve. It's really cute. I'm crocheting this with a size 3.5 millimeter needle. This is like the other half that I have started. It's just a crochet hook from Knit Picks, and I'm crocheting it with my own hand-dyed yarn, Mermaid Salad. You can definitely see the difference. This is the most vibrant of the skeins, so I thought I'd use this one. This is the one attached to do the back side, and then I'll use this to finish off the first half and then do the ruffle in this. So yeah, that is that project. I'm just keeping it. There's popcorn in the bottom of my bag. Whoops. How did that happen? Anyway. Yeah, so I really, really love this pattern. It's like you've done the level I would explain it at, it's not beginner, but it's like, oh, bug flew right into me. It's like after a few projects, beginner kind of project. If that makes sense. Like you've gained a little knowledge. It's going to be so nice. I'm so excited for it. But I've been leaning more towards my knitted projects because my wrists were starting to really ache from the amount of work I was doing on my blanket. So this kind of took the fall for that. But I will get back to it pretty soon. Okay, so he's gone, and the sunshine is coming. Let us adjust slightly. Much better. Okay, that is all the yarn stuff I've been working on And I will show you this one project that I can't really say that it's a finished object or a work in progress. But something I've been messing around with is resin and making my own Dungeons and Dragons dice sets for myself, really. Squirrel above me. I will show them off. Even if you don't take an interest, you might want to see how sparkly these are. How cool is that? So this is my D20. Come on. It's got some flecks of glitter in there, and I painted in the numbers. They're not perfect, especially on the side with like where all the bubbles are. Like my 20 is a little off. Come on. From that. Come on. Anyway. That's alright. I personally don't mind them being a little bit off because I will be using them for my own entertainment. I don't plan on selling these. Here's my other one. It's a blue set with some pink in there. So this is the D20. Oh, how cute. And they both glow. I threw in glow-in-the-dark powder, which is really cool. So if you're a Dungeons and Dragons person or into fantasy, these are really cool. So yeah, those are the dice I'm making with my own mold and resin. I've just been playing around with colors and stuff. I definitely need a pressure pot to get all the bubbles out so that I don't have to have the trouble of bubbles in the numbers. I don't know if you can see it like right there. But yeah. These are so much fun. And I have a regular dice mold. This one doesn't have dots in it. But we use these for our own home games of Yahtzee, so everybody can have their own set of 5, which is really fun. And just have it in my crocheted dice bag that I made myself. It's getting pretty full. Yeah, that is something that I've been having fun with. Okay, so the last thing I have to show off before we get into life stuff is some fabric. This is some knit fabric that I got from our local quilting store to make a set of these for actual pajamas. So I've got some flowers here. And with the leftovers, I'll probably make some t-shirts with them. So I've got some nice flowers. I don't know the names of this fabric because it didn't come with like an edge on them. And then I've got some plain gray knit for just a plainer t-shirt. T-shirts that I can wear camping or something that I'm not afraid to get dirty and stuff like that. And slowly I want to work on getting more of the sun is in my eyes, handmade wardrobe, which would be nice. So that's kind of the step towards that. So this and this. But anyway, yeah, put that in there. I think that's all I have to talk about. Thank you so much for joining me. If you don't want to get into the life stuff before you go, please remember, if you are not subscribed, to subscribe and join in on the podcast. It helps me out to reach other people who might enjoy the podcast. And leave a like, and if you even feel extroverted enough, comment down below. Tell me what you're working on, how your summer's been going. If you're like me and you can't wait for summer to be done, throw that in there. I'd love to say hi. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. Move on to life stuff. It's been about 3 weeks since the last podcast. Sorry it took so long. Just life. And also I've been finding it hard to get in the crafty mood to have enough content for a podcast. Just working through a crafting slump, which is okay. I think the best projects come out of after a crafting slump. So I'm excited to kind of work my way back into that. Sewing is definitely something I really enjoy doing every here and there. Oh! The whole thing, last time I talked about this, me and my husband were in the market for a new vehicle, and we did get our own truck, which is insane. We love it so much. It's going to be so handy. We've taken it camping already, and it was so nice to just throw everything in the back, and it was super efficient and helpful. We call him Thor because our last vehicle is it's still here. We haven't sold it or anything yet, but anyway, we named him Loki because it was a car that just wouldn't die. You just never could get it to fall apart, even though it felt like it was going to fall apart. So we named the truck Thor. It just made sense. And yeah, so we got a vehicle. We're really happy with it. In this financial world, it was such a blessing to be able to be accepted to get a vehicle like this. We don't take that lightly. So that was truly a blessing to be able to get a reliable and brand new vehicle in this day and age. And yeah. What else has been going on? It's been warm, so I spend most times indoors. Except for today. Today is really nice. It is really warm, but it's nice in the shade. Did a little sewing. I don't think there's much else going on. Nope, not really. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something that happened in I guess we did go camping for a couple days. It was a longer trip this time, and it was so nice. The smoke stayed away for us, so that was really nice. We were tent campers. So the air being at least a fair quality was really important, and we were really blessed to have clean enough air that we could enjoy our entire camping trip without worrying about having to go home. Yeah. I have just been going through my creative slump, just doing things. I read a whole lot more. I finished a book for the first time in forever. It was called Tell the Wolves I'm Home. It was okay. It wasn't my kind of book, but it had a decent outcome, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah. What else? I'm just boring. But that's okay. I am prepping ever so slowly for the Great Northwest Fiber Fest that's happening next month in Prince George. If you are in the Caribou area, I will be there selling yarn and progress keepers and just having a good time. I would love it if you came out to say hello. I am both nervous and excited for that. And yeah, just living life, just enjoying the summer. I'm excited for summer to be over because I'm not a summer person. I do enjoy it. I enjoy having my fresh tan and cool drinks. Iced coffee season, that's probably the only reason I really enjoy. What is loud? Grasshopper, my goodness. Anyway, I can't wait for fall. I want to wear all the sweaters and drink pumpkin spice lattes and just get the cooler weather back. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if anybody else is. If you do, comment down below. Anyway, yeah. So, life is sweet and peaceful and uneventful, which is kind of the best thing to have at the moment. So, yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps my podcast grow, and honestly, it helps my mentality of wanting to continue YouTube. It's been very, what's the word? Discouraging, I guess is the word, of how the algorithm works on both YouTube and Instagram and anything on the internet right now. So just figuring out how to make this work. And every subscription and like and comment helps me out with that. So thank you so much if you do. And yeah, I guess I will stop rambling on. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me for the last time. Have an awesome day, night, evening, morning, whatever time it is there. I hope it is full of yarny goodness and joy.